Welcome back again today, friends. It is time for another massive meal prep video, and on this day, joy of all joys. So you may have heard me mention around the internet here that I have been enjoying playing with not only one but now two, yes, two roaster ovens. So if you go way back at the Forest House, I used to do quite a bit with my 18-quart red roaster oven. We did big batch spaghetti sauce in it. I would do big things of meatballs, chili, just all kinds of things went down in that roaster oven. Since moving to this house, my red roaster oven has lived in the basement, awaiting the joy of all joys, also more kitchen space. So I still don't have more kitchen space, but I'm getting ready. I'm getting ready in my heart, right? And so I got my red roaster oven out a few days before this video here. I got it all cleaned up again and started using it again. And also in thinking through it, if I have bone broth going in the red roaster oven, but I want to do, let's say, 20 pounds of sweet potatoes, I need another roaster oven. They are hard to find off season. It seems like around Thanksgiving you can find them in store at Walmart, but I got my new second roaster oven on Amazon, and I will have that linked below. Actually, below what I'll have for you is it's a link that's going to take you to all my favorite cooking supplies and tools, so you can see the roaster oven and also where I get my giant 30-quart bowl and my other bowls and different freezer cooking supplies. All of that will be linked for you below if you're one of the viewers who've asked for that. So there you go. Right now I'm washing out the new roaster oven there and taking all the little twisties off of it. We are going to take it for its maiden voyage here real soon. Also, friends, don't forget that right now we are in the middle of my spring 2022 massive mega mealtime sanity save and bundle, where you get over 40 amazing products that have been well loved by viewers and readers and friends from all around the world. All of the freezer cooking packs, sheet pan meal guides, big batch baking, so mega lot. It's for 75% off right now. Just click the first link in the description below and get your massive mega bundle today. So here I am just perusing the directions. You know, sometimes the directions come with just some helpful recipes to get you started. Well, this manual did not, and that is okay because I've used my red roaster oven quite a bit, so I have a good idea. Pretty much a roaster oven, you can use it just like I have a wall oven now, but of course it's camping size. You can bake things and do desserts. There's a rack that you can actually like put a pie pan or put a muffin tin down in the roaster oven. You can also use it like a slow cooker. So, and I'm talking to a kiddo there and scrubbing off my roaster lid. Many of you have asked me about my faucet, about replacing it or repairing it, or what the deal is with it. So anyway, Travis looked at the head that came on it, and he said it would just be easier. There's not a particular replacement head for it. To just put a whole new faucet in. And so in the meantime, you know, water comes out the little hose at the end, and it has good water pressure, so that those are my requirements. As of this video, I'm saying I'm not going to worry with fooling with it because the new kitchen's a coming. So in this video, we are going to do a bunch of fun things in the roaster ovens here. We're also going to do big batch spaghetti sauce and a large family style big batch pancakes. And we're going to be prepping so many great large family food and large family meals coming up. So lots of folks like to know, sometimes they find me and they're new, or you know, they don't have every detail of my life memorized, haha. Who are you feeding, Jamerrill? We only see you. Do you eat 20 quarts of spaghetti sauce? So we are a family of 11. Of course, our oldest son does not live at home anymore. He's been out for several years and he's married and all those fun things. So at home we have my husband and myself, and then we have an 18-year-old, a 15-year-old, who we have some birthdays that are getting ready to happen, who's almost 16. Then we have a 12-year-old who's almost 13, an 11-year-old, a 9-year-old, a 7-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a 1-year-old who likes to eat at least one sweet potato a day on his own. And then we also have my mom. Lots of folks like to ask, does your mom live with you? Does your mom live with you? Well, if you've watched my videos over the years, my mom has always been very involved and has come to visit us a lot and stay with us for weeks at a time and always has traveled with us. She also has 2 other home locations herself, and as always, she's always with us a lot. She's with us more often than not. So that's where I get my husband and I have 9 children. That makes us a family of 11, minus 1 who's out. That brings us back down to 10. Add in my mom most of the time, that takes us back to 11. So we have little kids, whole lot of middle kids, preteens, teenagers, and adults. And there you go. So feed 11 people all day, every day. And it's a whole lot of. Okay, so now we've got the nice new roaster. It's not going to fit under my cabinet there, but I'm just configuring it. It's fitting to the side of it. And I think I'm going to just go ahead and make a corner for the roaster ovens. We already have so little room. Let's just move these over here and try to configure it as best as possible. So I'm wiping off my can opener, which also recently broke on me. How could you do a can opener? I got about 2 years out of that. The magnet fell off the end. So I feel like, for a $20 can opener, that's about all you can do. So I am working on getting the roaster oven set up, also getting my red oven cleaned up now. The great figuring out, is this where I want the roaster ovens to be for now? And I think so. They gotta kind of be at an L shape there, but that's good because we are going to get actually a whole turkey, the maiden voyage for the new roaster oven. I believe it's a 22 quart, and then I'm going to do the 18 quart full of about 15-20 pounds of sweet potatoes. And I'm also cleaning out my Instant Pot lid there because I'm going to, as I do, rice in the Instant Pot. Alrighty, so I am here cleaning up my counter a little more. The kids have their recent drink cups and a tray on the counter, so have to move all that about. Basically, I'm preparing, so I actually have a little bit of room to work here. And I'm going to start pulling things I need out of the refrigerator. I've had this turkey defrosting. That is a turkey that I had in the freezer from Butcher Box. So we could just do a turkey any time of year, right? And so it's only about a 13-pound turkey, I believe. I thought that would be definitely plenty for a couple meals. And when I have something defrosting in the refrigerator, any kind of meat, I usually put it in one of my glass pans to catch any blood drippings because it happens as things are defrosting. And certainly happened with that turkey, but that was the plan. Now I'm going to save the turkey neck and some other little goodies that were in the turkey there, just marking my bag as I throw them all in there. That's one of the interesting parts whenever we butcher chickens. It's always, of course, I say it's neat. It's the old nurse in me, but it's always neat to see the anatomy and the bronchial tubes and the liver and the heart. So doesn't bother this mama, and the kids usually get a kick out of looking at it as well. So now I am going to just soften some butter, and going to do that in the microwave, and then I will be adding a bunch of different seasonings and of course salt and pepper, but I've got onion powder and garlic powder and some other goodies here, some poultry seasoning, maybe a little bit of oregano. I'm trying to remember what all I had there, throwing stuff on the floor. I'm just going to put that all over the turkey along with the butter. And I don't, at this point I still cannot find my little basting brush there, so just rubbing the turkey down on the, with the butter. It's like suntan lotion for your turkey. And then I will sprinkle and rub on in all the seasonings. There you go, butter everywhere. Okay, now it is sweet potato time, so I have several bags here, and I'm going to first clean out my sink, and then we are going to rinse out all of these sweet potatoes, and then I usually just cut the little roots that are hanging off of them off and throw them in the roaster oven. I spray my roaster oven first with nonstick spray, just because let's spray all the things. And get them all in there. You'll want to kind of stack them, a little sweet potato Tetris, if you will. You don't want the potatoes touching the sides of the roaster oven because they will stick and burn most likely. And yes, I am totally just throwing my trash on the floor for a moment while I get my sweet potatoes in, then I'll pick it up. And it's easier at this point to just bring the roaster over and wash the sweet potatoes and put them in this way. We play a good game of sweet potato Tetris, and I end up with about 15 pounds in there. I forgot about the stacking originally when I had pulled 20 pounds. I was like, okay, well, we'll just do what we can get done here. And there, yes, you can do it, you can do it. And then we'll get the lid on. And I baked those at about 400 for about an hour. You just want them to be soft when you pierce them with a fork. Here I am rinsing my brown rice and getting that ready for the Instant Pot. And on this evening, I believe, I just used regular old water with my rice. I like to use broth. I do have just the broth powder I could have made my broth with and just didn't. Mama did not get that thought through my head. So water is just fine too. Yeah, there I am checking for broth to see if I have any available. That's okay, water works. Then we will just add some basic butter, salt, pepper, maybe a little garlic to the rice when it is time to eat. And here I am unloading our most recent load of, who knows, 50 pounds of bananas. I don't know, not really. You know, Walmart grocery pickup order lets you order 50 individual bananas. I used to go by pounds if I got a 20 pounds or a 30-pound box or what have you. But anyway, haven't had that kind of banana math in a while. Now it's all individual bananas with the pickup, but it is an easy way to keep us in bananas, so just get those unloaded. Well, friends, for a limited time, it is 75% off my brand new Spring 2022 Massive Mega Bundle with huge mega savings. The Massive Mega Bundle has over 40 of my best-selling mealtime sanity-saving products. It has a value of over $600. It includes all the freezer meal packs, the baking packs, casserole packs, sheet pan meal packs, slow cooker meal plans, pressure cooker meal plans, my very popular one for now, one for later freezer meal pack. With those packs, your method is simple. You are making 2 9x13 pans, we'll say for dinner one night. You serve your family one for dinner. You put the other one in the freezer for later. And by following those packs, you will end up building a stash of 10 freezer meals to save your life many nights to come. And you will also serve your family hot and ready meals as well. We also have the brand new Easy Skillet Dinners pack. With the Easy Skillet Dinners pack, you just grab your favorite skillet and make easy skillet dinners for your family tonight. Included in that pack, you'll find a variety of recipes such as black beans and yellow rice skillet. There's an Italian sausage lasagna skillet. There's a Parmesan chicken skillet with mushrooms and spinach. Who does not love turkey pot pie with cheddar biscuits? Yes and amen, that's one of the recipes. There are 10 large family meal skillet recipes in there with a nice variety, so you're not always eating the same thing. With the large family sheet pan meal packs that are included in the massive mega bundle, you are getting 2 large family sheet pan dinner packs. Pack 4 recently came out. You're also getting sheet pan breakfast and, in addition to that, sheet pan lunches. Really, so many of these meals could also be served for dinner because who doesn't love breakfast for dinner? But that gives you lots of great ideas, including the shopping list, the cooking directions, the recipes, all of it. For large family baking, we have frugal from scratch baking recipes and baking staples. We have the Easy and Frugal Make Ahead and Freeze Cookies baking book. Also 10 low carb sugar free desserts pack. Of course, the very well loved Mega Muffins pack volume 1. We also have pack 2 to the Frugal from Scratch large family baking pack. So many good varieties there for mega baking. So if you're looking to get all of my popular mealtime sanity-saving food products in one place, here they are in the link in the description below. My massive mega bundle for 75% off has every single meal pack in my shop through spring 2022. It includes all 15 large family freezer meal packs, the baking packs, casserole packs, sheet pan meal packs, many meal plans, and much more. Over $600 value for 75% off for a very limited time. So yes, friends, when you buy this massive mega bundle, you are saving a ton off the product price plus mealtime sanity, and that is priceless. So here I am going to make my family up a whole bunch of sandwiches because we were going, and there I did, I just set the timer on my watch because I like to keep track of things. Anyway, we are going to go roller skating after church the next day. So I made a few gluten-free sandwiches for the person who needs or is dabbling in some gluten-free things, and then I also make up a whole lot of regular old sandwiches for everybody else. Now, some questions I have gotten with this is, of course, I put the turkey and the ham and the cheese on every sandwich, but I do not add the mayonnaise and the mustard. Now, part of the reason of that is not wanting a soggy sandwich. Lots of people have informed me, though, that they just put their mayonnaise and mustard in between the cheese and the meat, and it stays just fine in the middle, no soggy sandwiches. And back in the day, when I used to make Travis's lunches for work, we did it that way quite a bit. But actually, even more so, and I forget to communicate this, but here, you want some real mama communication? You're going to get it. The big reason why I do not put all the mayonnaise and mustard on all these sandwiches that I make for everybody is because I cannot keep up with who wants what condiments on their sandwiches. It kind of makes me want to, cry just a little bit, right? I can't keep up with it. So what I do is I make the sandwiches and I pull it all together to make it easy on everybody. But then we take the mayonnaise and mustard with us. Lots of folks have also asked why I made 2 sandwiches for each person. And the reason is that after church at our picnic in the park, everyone can have a sandwich and some fruit. And then after you roller skate for several hours and then you have to drive home, guess what? Everybody's hungry again. So Mama had it all set. Everyone got another sandwich and some more fruit for the drive home, and that kept us from eating out or having any other food pressure because Mama did it all the day before. Let's have a yay, Mama. When it is time to eat, each kiddo can put on the condiments that they want. So here we go. We got our sandwiches, 2 types of apples and bananas, and while we roller skate, we will also, in the middle, we'll get slushies. Roller skating is usually about 2.5 or 3 hours. Their skate times, and so it's perfect to take that break in the middle and get a treat. Alrighty, and now it is time to check on the sweet potatoes. So they're not quite ready yet. They're still a little hard in the middle. Just piercing them all through to check in on them. And piercing them won't hurt them at all either. I guess technically you should pierce them before you put them in. I don't always do that. I feel like they cook about the same amount of time anyway it goes. So there you go, and then I'm just gonna peek in at the turkey, see how he's doing, and he's doing fine. He's doing mighty fine. I'm just gonna take my meat thermometer there and check on the internal temperature, and there were still some areas that were not quite right, even though the little timer had already popped out on the turkey. Still needed to let him cook for like that section's pretty good, yeah, but some other areas I needed to let it cook for a few more minutes. But that's how the turkey is looking. Now this is a little bit more futuristic down the cooking road. Now these sweet potatoes are just perfect. I know it gets a little wonky sometimes when I'm filming multiple things and you may not know, oh, 20 minutes has gone by in between. But anyway, so now I am unloading the sweet potatoes. We are getting all of those out. Then we will have whatever we want for dinner. And then sweet potatoes later. Lots of folks have asked me how we eat our sweet potatoes. Of course, there's the traditional way of butter and some brown sugar. Many times I just eat mine plain. I feel like they have a good taste on their own. Also, I have done things like had black beans over them or another protein. Lots of good. You can do like stuffed sweet potatoes. So many good ways to eat them, and of course Benjamin will just eat a plain sweet potato as so the kids eat them a bunch of different ways as well. And with Trim Healthy Mama in particular, they have a lot of great how to eat your sweet potato ways. I think one of them is taking low-fat cottage cheese as a topping, which, hey, may not be for everybody, but those ladies have a lot of creative ideas. I've done that before too, and I believe a little sprinkle of cinnamon. So you can check out trimhealthymama.com also for some sweet potato ideas as well. That one I just put on top is massive. It looks like 3 sweet potatoes. So now the turkey is done and I am just slicing it down. I also have one of the jar salads left, so I was going to just dump that on another plate and eat that also. But here is my mama plate. Well, friends, so within all of this mega meal prep, so I'm thinking here, okay, 7 kids at home right now, and we have 7 more kids over visiting with us this afternoon. The kids have been watching the classic Disney movies. I'm getting ready to do a bunch of popcorn because that's what you do in the middle of an afternoon movie party. And I also brought up a bunch of individual applesauce cups that need eaten. And what else? Well, you know we have like 50 pounds of bananas and 20 pounds of apples looking at me. So lots of fruit as well. We're going to do this popcorn though. So afternoon snacks for 14. I got these different popcorn toppings from Sharp Shopper and I thought I might try some out. It's white cheddar, ranch, and butter. We've never actually used those different toppings before. Usually I just do melted butter and salt and pepper. So first off, I was trying to get my stock pot full of popcorn going, but I also decided to get my air popper out. Now my air popper usually does pretty well. I also like the stock pot method for a large amount of popcorn at one time. However, since I've been having issues with my stovetop, the one burner that was remaining only worked on high, and so that was just making it difficult with the popcorn. So I do give it a go, but I end up just doing a couple rounds of popcorn here in my air popper. And that all worked out great. But I do decide that, yes, as I like to joke and say, we're going to need a bigger boat. And I wash out my other mixing bowl and get that ready to start dumping all the mega popcorn in. We still had some success on the stovetop, but again, I just ended up going for the air popper. And of course, who can make homemade popcorn and not eat a bunch of it, right? So, and these little seasonings that were added to the popcorn, or flavors, whatever you want to call them, they were okay. A lot of it did fall to the bottom of the bowl. And anyway, it wasn't a big thing the kids complained about, but I don't know that they will be necessary another time either. And I decide to just go for one more load so that we can get that last of the popcorn made. And of course, kiddos now are coming to the smell of popcorn, and they are also taste testing it for us. And here, guys, couldn't find any spoons, so I'm going through the sink and washing the spoons that we had. I had just soaked them in some hot soapy water, and now I'm giving them the old mama scrubbing to get them cleaned off. I had some applesauce cups I had brought up from the basement that we needed to rotate through, and I put those on the table with the spoons and the popcorn and bananas, and I had some just little fruit leather, I guess we'll call it. I think I had a random box of granola bars as well. So we had lots of things to choose from, and everyone had a happy, happy snack time. Okay, friends, and here we are on another massive meal prep day. So I am just cracking a whole lot of eggs in my roaster oven. Now on this morning, guess what? My back left burner that was only working on high decided to not work at all. And I had about a day or two where it was not working at all. I had an older kiddo who was going to do scrambled eggs, and I was just having him do the real easy peasy method where you just crack the eggs in the pan and scramble them while they're cooking. Don't even add any milk or anything, maybe a little butter, a little salt and pepper. I got several kids that like to do it that way. So they were working on that when we discovered that that burner was not working at all. So I had poured all of those eggs into the roaster oven, just getting these roaster ovens a good workout, and we decided, okay, we won't be able to cook eggs on the stove today. So with the burner, with the stove top, I believe I told you already that Travis had already ordered a couple different things that could have been a fix for it. Again, it is a 1963 stove top. So finally we decided that we're just gonna have to get a new cooktop. We ordered that new cooktop because Lowe's and Home Depot did not have any cooktops in stock that would fit my stove, and then we had to wait, of course, for it to be delivered and arrived here, which does not happen in this video. And I just whisk those eggs up. It's been a while since I've done eggs in the roaster oven like this. I have done it for freezer cooking and such before. And so what I was hoping to do here was to just do enough scrambled eggs ahead so that we would have breakfast for at least 2 more mornings. Sometimes I have kids that, they'll want scrambled eggs and an orange for lunch, but I was hoping, since I had the eggs already going, to just this roaster oven eggs to be a meal prep for upcoming meals, and then you'll see what I decide to do for breakfast on this morning that we're actually eating on this morning. You confused? Stick around, see what happens. Alrighty, so we are finally going to leave these eggs be. I really think we are. We have several dozen in there, and they're all mixed up. A little bit of butter, salt and pepper, and now we're ready to move on to something else. So while I was doing those eggs, I was thinking, you know what, these are going to take a while. This is not a 15-minute and breakfast is done thing. So let's just do sheet pan eggs. I've done sheet pan eggs many times. I also at this point did not want to take the time to do like a full sheet pan breakfast. Again, I was just like, Mama is running behind this morning. We all have a lot going on. We just need to eat now, right? So I crack all the eggs, bunch of eggs on both sheet pans. We put it in. It's about 400 for 12 to 15 minutes. Now you do need to eyeball it. People ask if the eggs are rubbery or not. What Travis likes to do is he sprays non-cooking spray on top of them. He thinks that helps them not be rubbery. I'm not saying that that's not true. That's just a Travis trick, so give it a try. Now, I like to check mine about the 12-minute or so mark because I might want to switch my pans around or they might be just about done. Of course, doing it this way mostly cooks the center. And on this morning, you're going to see that I leave my eggs in just about to 15 minutes. So they were a little firmer than I would have liked, but they work fantastic for what we end up doing for breakfast. And the trade-off in that is I'm able to go and get dressed while the eggs are cooking. And that is always a mama win. And also for extra fun, it's neat to, fun time to look at those eggs all hanging precariously there. But it all works out in the end. I just added some more salt and pepper there. And now we are going to get these pans into the oven. And now while those are going, I'm just coming around and stirring the roaster oven eggs and scraping those off the sides. That's the biggest thing, is you have to watch the sides of the roaster oven. Alrighty, so here is how my eggs turned out. And in the process, while I was getting dressed, I had kiddos working on making buttered toast. And now we are going to do fried egg sandwiches. And at this point, to help get the party started, we put the bread on the table and cheese and some condiments, anything else anyone would like on a fried egg sandwich. And I'm just giving everyone 2 or 3 eggs each to get started. We eat both of those pans of eggs. Several kiddos especially. I mean, I've got my 12-year-old, not even 13 yet, it's almost 6 foot tall, you know, or maybe he is 6 foot now. I tell you, just lots of kids growing, eating 2 fried egg sandwiches like it's nothing. So yay, growing kids. And there we go. That's Mama's fried egg sandwich. That's how the pan is looking. And that's Liam working on his fried egg sandwich there. And Benjamin's working on his fried egg sandwich, yes. There's what Travis is working through, I think. Yep. More eggs. And here we are the next day. Now, we did have a little bit of oatmeal left from the day before last. Not enough for everyone to have oatmeal, but enough for a couple bowls. Also, I had a younger kiddo who wanted a peanut butter and jelly tortilla, so we were having that, and also we had a bunch of bananas. Some kids were putting some more chocolate chips in their oatmeal, so it was just kind of a pull some leftovers together or do your own thing type of breakfast. I needed to go do some grocery shopping on this day, and I was bringing home more bananas, so we were trying to use those up as well. And now, a couple days later, I am making some big batch spaghetti sauce, also in the roaster oven yet again. Travis said he wanted some sausage in it, so I just grabbed some sausage I had found marked out at Sharp Shopper. Also, I had some ground turkey, so I got 2 rolls of that, and then I got 3 pounds of our grass-fed ground beef, and I had been defrosting it using the cold water defrost method. Also, I had some peppers left over from something I was chopping in November, and some bags of red pepper, green pepper, and some onion blend. Just made that easy. Now, I will say this sausage is a maple sausage. Over on TikTok, some people have been giving me a hard time because I used maple sausage in my spaghetti sauce. It was only 2 pounds out of 7 pounds of meat. Also, some people do put sugar or some kind of sweetener in their spaghetti sauce to help cut the acidity. We didn't even taste it. This did not taste like Elf pouring syrup on top of his spaghetti from that Elf movie. But anyway, it was great, and I love finding multiple ways of using up grocery odds and ends. I do have some Jimmy Dean Italian sausage in the freezers as well, but that maple sausage was older in my freezer storage, and I'm just using it up in a variety of ways. And you'll see my Mama thrift store robe there is working overtime on this weekend. This was a weekend that I had a huge to-do list. I was supposed to get so much stuff done, and you know what? I just woke up that morning and I'm like, I'm burned out. I'm going to take the weekend off, and that is what I did. Now, of course, I'm still making spaghetti, but you know what I'm doing with this spaghetti? I'm making dinner for like the next 4 nights. No shame in this mama game. That sauce kept on going, and we love it. I don't do spaghetti every week or even necessarily every month, but we are all spaghetti fans here. So making that big batch was dinner done for several days. And on this weekend, we played a lot of games, and I just stayed in my pajamas, and we rested and relaxed and made some big batch meals here and there. But, you know, also for me, in my Jamerrill head, if you're me, cooking is something that I enjoy. So, and especially big batch cooking, and especially if I'm able to do something like throw it in the roaster oven for a few hours. You know, that was not a lot of work. Then we went shopping in the pantry downstairs and brought up a variety of noodles. Also, all of those Hunt's spaghetti sauces are dated March 2022. So I'm not a stickler for the dates, but I do keep my canned good items rotating, and those I would have used them past March 2022, but I thought, hey, it's March 2022. Let's go ahead and make sure we're using these up. Also got some garlic I'm going to dump in, and those mushrooms I had got actually from Dollar Tree. And so just getting those dumped in there. And then sometimes I do add the liquid that the mushrooms would come in, no matter where I get them from. Sometimes I added liquid for different things, and sometimes I drain it. I just kind of go on whatever I want to do at the time, right? And I just measure the garlic with my heart, right? I just dump it on in there, and then mashing it all down. And now I'm unloading more cans of spaghetti sauce. I'll also dump in random things like crushed tomatoes or diced tomatoes or just plain tomato sauce from the cans. But again, on this evening, I needed to use up these spaghetti sauces. These are always like if I buy spaghetti sauce, yeah, there's some diced tomatoes. Oh, Jamerrill, where'd you go? Anyway, when I buy spaghetti sauce, if I'm not doing homemade, that's the brand I usually get. Sometimes it's 89 cents a can, and that's a good savings as well. So I also had a spaghetti squash I wanted to cook up, and so I did that. I believe I did that in my Instant Pot, and the shell just peels right off. No problem whatsoever. I didn't even scoop it out beforehand. I scooped the seeds out after I peel the shell here. All right, friends, so here I am going to drain the meat. If you didn't see it, I always put a metal mixing bowl in my sink and then put my colander in it. So I know sometimes folks can't see that. They think I'm pouring grease down my drain, and no, we're not doing that. So just draining all of the 7 pounds of meat there. And then we are going to add in the sauce and some more seasonings, and it's going to be fantastic. And I'm just dumping in a bunch of onion powder, garlic powder, oregano, some basil, stirring it all up, totally eyeballing it, mixing it all together. And there we go. That's all the meat and veggies cooked up. At this point in my life, my can opener had not broken. So it's going to break on me, though. Future Jamerrill knows this is going to happen. So here we are. This sauce was absolutely delicious, and I am just giving it some good stirs here. Gonna let it cook just a little longer, and then we'll be serving it up for dinner. Right now I'm pouring out my water for my noodles, and here we are, our spaghetti dinner for days. And now here on this morning, we are doing big batch pancakes. We do a variety of pancakes, and I just get it all mixed up. We are doing homemade pancakes, but I also like buying the big batch pancake batter that is from Costco, and we will use that at times as well. So I will link my recipe for my big batch pancakes in the description below as well. It takes quite a bit when you're making a whole lot. This will also, of course, be pancakes on this day. Probably give us pancakes for another 2 mornings or so. Sometimes I make up, yeah, there's the recipe on the site. Sometimes I make up these big batch pancakes and just freeze them all ahead. But this time I am doing this mega meal prep just for the coming morning's breakfast as well. And because of my time vortex with filming, this will not necessarily line up with when I did the massive meal prep scrambled eggs in the roaster oven, but that is okay. And now I am just stirring with my wooden spoon, and then we're going to do our wet ingredients. And because we're super cool, I am going to use one of my big Rubbermaid containers to mix up my wet ingredients. Also, I shared a picture of on Instagram. I finally got a fresh flock of pullets going. I was able to find them already raised to the 12 or 13 week point, so they will start laying again here in about another 2 months or so. Some of them are 8 weeks, some are 12 or 13. Just skipped the incubating or keep it under the warmer. Skipped the brooding phase this go round, getting this new flock going, but I'm sure we'll do that as well. I just also like to play my Chicken Mama Easy card. So those new girls are already out in the coop and living their best life. And there we go. Now we're going to mix up this egg and milk, put some vanilla in there as well. So now we're just dumping it all in, and we're going to get it all mixed together. We're going to get both griddles going. Now, if I was really doing some Mega Mama cooking on this morning, we would also get the waffle makers going, but we discussed it, but decided not. Just we're focusing on pancakes at this time. And so when I add chocolate chips, I just kind of fold them in at the end there. Still, you have to end up scraping the bottom of the barrel there and just making sure that you get them in the pancakes, right? Now I'm scraping the last of the batter. We had just regular old pancakes, and we also had the chocolate chip pancakes. And then I also did the Trim Healthy Mama pancake recipe you can find over on their site as well. And I had a kiddo cook up about 4 pounds of bacon in the oven to go along with all the pancakes. As I'm cooking the pancakes, I am just getting them in either my glass baking pans with the red lids or the deeper Rubbermaid containers. That way they are still hot and ready on the table. There's how our pancake making station is looking. Yeah, I did there's the Trim Healthy Mama pancakes that I was doing. And there's the bacon. So for the THM pancakes, all the ingredients go in the blender. We got cottage cheese, I know, egg whites, also old-fashioned oats. That's where you can go and get the recipe for yourself. They have a kind of big batch version. It makes enough for those who like these style pancakes for 1 or 2 mornings. Add in the cottage cheese. Again, that's not all the ingredients though. You'll have to go over to their site to get the full recipe. Remember, friends, to click the first link in the description below and get 75% off the brand new Spring 2022 Massive Mega Bundle, where you get 40 plus mealtime sanity saving special products from me, including the very popular large family freezer meal packs, the sheet pan dinner packs, instant pot meal plans, slow cooker meal plans, holiday guides, big batch cooking, low-carb desserts, so many wonderful cooking packs in the new Massive Mega Bundle. So click that first link in the description below and get 75% off while you still can. And there's our pancakes, all hot and ready to go. We've got the chocolate chip and the regular old pancake. And yay, big family pancake breakfast!